Thank you all for joining for today's session, and let's begin with watch list. So in this, I'll be covering stocks in my watch list, cryptocurrencies, market activity, and then we'll go for question answers. So the stocks which went up last week, the first is Goose. We have discussed a couple of times in our sessions. Second is K, Kinross, and both were up 14 and 12% respectively. The third one is Tesla. It's on Nasdaq. We have been tracking closely in our group. Many of our group members are having Tesla, and the next week is pretty exciting considering battery day. Fourth is Next. We discussed about Next last week. It up this week by over 141%. And fifth is Kodak. It's up over 89%. The stocks which went down this week, first in my list is HSE. It went down close to 6.75%. Second is AZM. It's traded on TSXV. It went down close to 30.56%. Third is FB, Facebook. It's traded on Nasdaq. It went down 5.28%. And fourth is Apple. It went down close to 4.6%. Some of the new stocks in my watch list are MRS. It's traded on TSXV. It went up this week over 150%. Second is TRVN. It's traded on Nasdaq. It went up over 46%. And third is FRTA. It's traded on New York Stock Exchange. It went down over 31%. Some of the cryptocurrencies which I am watching and also having in my portfolio are VET. This week it went up over 15.8%. And second is NEO. It went up over 22.5%. Now moving to market activity. So TSX this week it started high. On Tuesday it crossed 16,500, then had a huge dip. Next day it reached close to 16,106, and then was consolidating towards the end of the week. On Monday, we might still expect consolidation. It would be interesting to see how it trades for the week. Next, TSXV. It started well. It was very close to 750, but it didn't break the resistance and it showed a dip next day. It ended on a higher side. So hopefully Monday it might start high again and then go down further in the week. For Nasdaq, it had a similar trend. It started at 1085, then increased and touched 11,200 and then went down. Towards the end of the week, it started low. On Thursday and Friday, it was low. Friday morning, it went down lower than 10,700 and then tried to recover a bit. Monday could be a green for most of the stocks on Nasdaq, but further down the week, we need to watch as it's quite volatile. Next, New York Stock Exchange. It started low, then had peak in the middle of the week. Then in the last two trading days, it was low. Looks that it might still continue trading lower. Would be interesting to see how it moves further in the week. Now moving to stocks in my watch list, as we started with Goose, we had discussed it couple of times in our previous sessions. As you can see, it is on its uptrend. It is touching its upper Bollinger Band. For those who are having it, you could consider to sell at your target price, or you could have a target of around 39, 39.2. And if someone wants to hold further, you can have a target of $44. Based on your plan for this stock, if you are planning to hold even further, it looks good to hold for long term as well. I think we had discussed of having target around 61.5 if you are holding for much longer time. And if someone wants to enter this, we should be waiting for its correction, and the buying price could be around 29.5, but we need to wait for its correction, and correction seems to be due as Williams R is -6 and RSI is +76, which indicates that it's in overbought position, so correction is due. Now next, going to Kinross Gold. Last two trading days it was trading high. It gave a gap up opening on Friday, and it has crossed its upper Bollinger Band, and it had touched its previous high of 13.4. So if someone is holding it, if you have not sold, you could plan to sell. I think this is a good target for selling if you are currently holding. And again, its Williams R is in the overbought position, and RSI is still upward. It has not touched 70, so we might expect one or two more green candles until RSI reaches overbought position. But for those who are already holding it, you could consider to sell and take the profit. For entering, it's not a correct time. Better to wait for its correction. And buying price around 11.10 could be a good buying point, and with around $1.2 of stop loss of either 9.9 or $10. Next, going to Tesla. Quite in news this week, there was a price target set for 515 considering battery day by one of the analysts who has been tracking Tesla for past 10 years. Because of the release of that price target on Friday pre-market and on Thursday after market, it was trading high. And though there was sell-off on Friday, it gave a positive closing. We could expect Monday and Tuesday to trade higher. The price target of 515 as of now, for Monday it may be difficult, but certainly the price target of 500 looks good for Tesla either on Monday or on Tuesday. For those who are holding it, I personally am setting target as 500. Let's see how it trades on Monday. Since the volatility of Tesla is high and on a day it trades around or over 5%, you could expect it crossing 500 either on Monday or on Tuesday. Though it is trading high, it still in Williams R it is not in overbought position. There's still a room for it to go a little higher. Now coming to next, we had discussed it in new stock in the watch list, and as you can see that this week also it has continuously formed green candles. It's been going up. As of now, for someone who is holding it, they can consider to hold for some more time if they are looking for medium to long term. It could touch at next peak of 6.7, or even a price target around $6 would be good for next 6 to 6.5. Um, since it's going high at this peak, it has already been in overbought position, and there could be correction. But if you are planning to hold for medium to longer term, you could have this target price. If you already have it and you have bought for short term, it's a good time to sell. Even if you have bought under $3 and it's close to $5, it's giving good return. For buying, definitely you should be waiting for it to have a correction and buy once it is low. Uh, it would be interesting to see how much correction it goes. So as of now, for buying, better to wait for it to take the downtrend, and based on that we can see what could be a better price to enter. For Kodak, because of funding, it had a very high spike towards the end of July, and on Thursday and Friday it started showing that it's taking uptrend again. So if someone has already entered either on Thursday or Friday, uh, it would be good to see how it trades on Monday. Um, as of now, since it had touched its lower Bollinger Band, it was expected to take a uptrend, and that's how on Friday it did go up by over 13%. So it has potential to go further up, and uh, price target above 12.5 would be good for this. We see last peak it was close to 12.5. So if someone has already entered, you could have a nearest target of 12.5, and for buying it would be better to wait. And also you could take a decision based on how it trades on Monday. Since this stock, if it is going up, it moves very fast. though Williams R is close to minus 60 and RSI is still on uptrend. Both these indicators also confirm that it would be continuing on uptrend. Now coming to HSC, it is still on downtrend, and I think we had discussed previously. So we have this indicator set. It is currently at 3.45 and it's in oversold position. For someone who has not entered yet, could consider to enter. It's in good buy position, and buy price of around 3.40 looks good, with a stop loss of 2.4, so $1 stop loss, and target price could be $5. So a buy of 2.4 and sell target of close to $5, or if you would like to wait a little longer, $6. So at this point of time, HSC looks good to enter, and even in short term it could give a good return. Obviously it's good for long term as well, but that all depends on crude oil. If uh, crude oil continues fluctuating the volatility that it has been showing, it's safer to hold only for short term most of the energy stocks. Now coming to AZM, it's traded on TSXV. Once we had discussed when it had taken uh, a dip sometime back, and again this week on 15th it had a huge dip, and later in the week it is trying to take uptrend, but currently it's still in oversold position, though RSI is still over 30. Williams R shows Williams R is close to minus 87, so still you could consider, if you want to enter, it could be good stock to enter, and with a buy price of around this 1.25 looks good buy price, with a short-term target of around 1.88, or if you want to hold longer, you could also expect more than 100% return with either target of 2.5 or $3. Then next, Facebook. We had discussed it a couple of weeks back when it was uh, around close to 300. I think around uh, we had discussed around 280. Then it crossed 300, and as we had discussed that time, it correction was due, and uh, you can see that it has had a down. It has gone in downtrend and is undergoing correction. It's Williams R is minus 95. RSI is 38. So and it's downward. So we could still expect to go down further. So if someone wants to enter, you could wait for 1 or 2 more days. Uh, it's still on downtrend, and a buy price around 246. Consider to enter around 246 if you are interested in buying this week itself. Doesn't look to move. Means it may not go down further up to the lower support of around 216 or 210. So in my view, I think a buy price around 245 could be good for Facebook to enter. But again, once it starts taking uptrend, it forms one green candle. That would be the correct time to enter, since it is still in downtrend.
Kapil, just a small observation here.
Yeah.
Around the beginning of August or end of July, there's a gap at about 225 to 2 for 250. This gap to your left, to your left. Yes, this one, this gap.
Okay.
This gap is there.
Right.
on 31st July.
Yeah.
Which is the green candle date? The
It's
previous date, 30th
30th
June.
30th
Yeah.
July.
So on
Yeah.
30th and 31st July, there is a gap of almost about
235
235.
to 247, 248.
Yeah,
So
no, no.
almost
So
13.
235 gap has to be filled in.
Yeah.
And this could be a chance that Facebook could take a dip and be a strong buy at around 235 or 230, 230,
Okay.
because the gap will get filled in now.
Mhm.
Because your RSI is still not showing a reversal, and
Right.
your Williams R is also not showing a reversal. So it could go down to till 230, 235. That could be a buying, very strong buying support for Facebook.
Okay. So yeah. So here it has a support, and around 230 also it has a support. So as per VXR, 230 could be a good buying position for Facebook. Once it comes into this channel where there is a gap, it could continue on the downtrend and a buy price around 235 or 230. Right, sir?
Absolutely. I would buy it at 232. Just put a limit buy order at 232 and wait for it to go back to 300.
Right. Okay. So if someone is buying around 232 or 230, then they could have a stop loss around 215. So around
Absolutely.
15 to $17 of stop loss.
Yes. For a straight $70 target.
Yes, of $300.
So that will make it almost about 1:4.
Right.
Risk reward of 1:4.
Yeah. Okay. So any other suggestions here, sir?
I think that's enough. I mean,
Okay.
Facebook का मेरा एक ही observation था. And just two more things. Your first two stocks which you picked up,
Mm-hmm.
and you said that those who were in profit, that is Goose and Kirk and K, those who are in profit could either liquidate, or I would suggest to them is take a trailing stop loss. So go the low of the previous day as the stop loss and continue trailing it.
Okay. Yeah, that's also a wonderful suggestion. So those who
So
are
you
hold.
take a low of the previous day.
Mhm.
If it touches that, you dispose of your, you take your profits home. Otherwise, you let it climb till you want it to.
Right.
That is
So
called trailing stop loss.
that's nice thing to know. So for Goose, the last trading day.
Low is 37.62, so 37.75 would be your stop.
Okay. So 37.75 for Goose, and low for this is 12.64.
12.64, so 12.65.
Yeah, 12.65 for K.
Kinross.
Yeah.
Here, here the idea is to trail your stop loss. So you every day when you start adding a new stop loss into your system, you look at the previous day's close, lowest low, and that is your stop loss. That means minute it goes lower than your previous day's low, you are exiting a profitable position in profit only.
Right. And if it continues going up, you are still.
You are going up along with it.
Yeah.
Like if you look at Kinross, today it closed at about
13 point.
1309.
Yeah.
1309. And the high was almost about 1359. Monday, assumingly it closes at about 1370,
Mhm.
you will keep Monday's low as a stop loss for Tuesday. So you will keep following the track, the script as it rises till it's giving you profits.
That's great.
Now that could add 1%, 2%, or 5%. It's depending upon your own art of trading.
That's a wonderful suggestion.
Yeah.
So we'll continue with Apple. Apple is also undergoing correction as we had expected before split that it would undergo correction after some time after split. In fact, there was an Apple event this week and it was expected that it might go up after the event, but rather it started going down after the event since investors were not having positive outlook of the presentation that happened at the event, and it has touched 106 and it is on downtrend and it looks to continue on downtrend. As you can see, both Williams-R and RSI both are still going downwards. So like Facebook, you can expect Apple also to close this gap. There's a gap over here on again on 30th July for Apple as well. So you could expect it to continue downward and close this gap. So we had discussed previously about buying it under $100, and maybe this week or sometime once it keeps continuing on downtrend, it could enter into the range where you could consider to buy. We had discussed about keeping a buy price of around $95. You could expect it to touch support of around $96. 96.78 looks to have a support over here with a stop loss of close to $6 at 90. So if someone wants to enter this week, it could be good time to enter for long term. Any other suggestions you would like?
No, I think that's good.
And for a target of 134, I had shared target of 136 in the group for someone who has bought around 116. If someone is buying around 96 with a target of around 136 would be a profit of $40. So for short term, if you are buying around 96, you could still consider to have target of around 135 or 136. And for those who are buying under 100, around 96, 95, you could also consider to hold it for long term. Now next is MRS. It's traded on TSXV this week. As you can see on last trading day, it had a gap up opening and then high volume trade. So uh, it was for quite a while it was trading low. On the last trading day, it has had a high volume. You could watch how it trades on the next trading day. Since RSI has crossed 70 and it's in overbought position, though Williams R is slightly under overbought position, you might consider to wait and expect a correction for this. Once it has a correction, then we can consider to enter this. As of now, we need to see how it trades on Monday. If you could expect that it might go a little further and then expect it to fall and have a dip. That time it could be time to get into this. Since it's on TSXV, you could expect it to dip over 30 odd percent. It's only for those who are trading for a long time. I would still not recommend this for beginners as it is highly volatile. Next is TRVN. It's traded on Nasdaq. It has taken uptrend and on Friday it went up over 17%, and around first and second week of August it had gone up based on news to close to its earnings, and again it has started forming bigger green candles. So though Williams R is close to minus 8.6, the RSI is about to touch 70, so it is still not in overbought position. So you could expect it to form a green candle on Monday, um, or and then go correction either on Tuesday or sometime later in this week. So if someone is already holding it, you could consider to exit at around $3, or if it forms a green candle even on Tuesday, maybe Tuesday first half, consider to exit around 3.2. And for buying, it would be better to wait for its correction and consider it buying around a price of around 1.3, 1.25 would be a good buying price for this.
Your buying price to be 1.5 with a stop of 1.2 or 1.25.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
your buying price
So
with a stop of 1.2,
1.25.
1.25.
Yeah. And with
And
the
also if you realize,
Mhm.
this script also had a gap down on August the 12th.
Yeah.
This gap down, which has almost been filled up now. This gap down, which is almost being filled up now, with a very strong, big green candle with low volumes. Strong green candle with low volumes. So I would expect it to go up to 3.5 definitely. I would expect it to go to touch 3.5 or 3.4 by Tuesday or Wednesday, yes.
Okay.
Irrespective of what William Dar is showing you,
Mhm.
your RSI will take you up to 3.4. There were two recent gaps, one on August 11, 12th and one around August 27, 28th. Between, yes, this gap. This gap has almost been filled in,
Right.
and this gap is yet to be, and the previous gap has to be filled in yet. So this gap will get filled in,
Mhm.
and it will go to a rally of 3.4 before you can think of a further correction.
So if someone is holding this again, could
Trailing stop loss.
yeah, could apply a
Very
trail.
strong trailing stop loss. It's a penny value stock. $1.5 to $3 stock is a penny stock.
As you could see, it didn't have a lower wick as well. So Monday could be again a green.
Monday will be a green day. For this script, yes. Monday is definitely green.
So a stop loss of around 2.20.
2.2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2.20 would be good for this. And with a target of around 3.5 as
3.4, 3.5 for Tuesday, Wednesday. Target is for Tuesday, Wednesday, not for this, not for Monday.
right. So for Monday, it might form a green candle, and on Tuesday, if it continues, then could have a target of
3.4,
around
3.5.
3. The last stock which I had in the watch list is FRTA, traded on New York Stock Exchange, and it has had a correction, and it went down over 9.5% on Friday and has touched its lower Bollinger Band, and Williams R is close to -100. RSI is still downward and is around 35. So we could expect it to form a red candle further, but still it's at a good buy price. So a buy price around 10.7,
1080.
yeah, 10.80
Yeah.
with a stop loss of 8
9.
8.9 or $9
Yeah.
for this, and a target of 17.17.35 17.35 or 17.5 could be a target for this. If so, based on it trading on Monday, could be a red again. That time it could be a good time to enter, and then you could hold it for couple of weeks. It could give a good return with target of around 7.3 or 7.4 could be a good target for this.
No.
Question here.
Yeah,
Almost 60% return.
right.
Sorry.
Yeah,
So my
Aditya.
question is, say I think around June end, right? There is a gap between the green candles. Yeah. So is that something that needs to be filled, or was it something that was filled as part of something that happened during 15th of June when it came down and filled? Just a question, trying to understand.
Aditya, this gap was actually, it could get filled in also. It is
Okay.
there, but the point is that it is almost been nullified by the previous gap.
On the 15th, right?
Yeah, on the 15th. Yes.
Oh, okay, that's
The
what I wanted to. Okay.
yeah,
Oh, that one. Yeah, okay, okay.
yeah. It's almost been nullified. So, mm, I mean, I would expect it to go further down. So you could go into a buy at about 10. Buy it on 10 with a stop of 9.
Okay,
That could
got
also be done. Because the reason is 2 days prior also it has created a gap down, which will also be filled in very shortly.
Right.
This gap has also been created recently. So with the gap, it gave you a green buy. That means some strong hands have ventured in and it still went down. So that means there is more selling expected at around 10 or till about 10 with a stop of 9, and then it will shoot up and first close this gap of between 12 and a half to 14 and a half, and then move ahead. So I would be a good buyer at 10 with a stop of 9 for a target of at least first target of 14 and a half. That gives you $4.50 on a $10 is 45% return.
Right.
There I would then what I would do is liquidate 50% and take my money off, and with the free stocks do a trading stop loss to a target of about 1720 or 1730.
Oh, got it. Thank you so much for the explanation, sir. Thank
Right,
you.
Aditya?
Yeah.
You understood the logic, no?
Yes, now I understood the logic. Okay, I think I would say
Yeah.
I think 10 might be the best price. Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.